Hello again. Um, I am going to discuss today some of the difficulties we have as a company going through the whole water leak detection process. Um, it is difficult. Water leaks are really, really difficult. And one of the things we're finding, a couple of our customers have come to us and they said, can you guarantee the work? If I pay you for this inspection, can you guarantee that my car will have no leaks? And the simple answer is no, we just cannot do that. There's no way we can offer a guarantee. If we do work and we do a repair, we will guarantee the repair. And if we repair it and we repair it wrong, which so far hasn't actually happened, we will put that right and we will make some recompense. But the simple answer is can we make your car waterproof like a submarine? And the answer is no. We have to explain why this is. One of the things, a lot of the cars that come to us are usually about 12 years old. And the main problem we find with them is that certain parts of the car, usually rubbers or adhesives, have perished over time, they've aged. So a rubber grommet has shrunk, or the glue holding on a door membrane has gone all brittle and starting to come away. You have to remember that every rubber grommet, every rubber seal, every piece of glue in that car is the same age. So they won't all perish at quite the same rate, but they will perish at similar rates. So this is one of the things we do. If we find one door membrane is coming away, we recommend you replace all four, because if one's going, the other three are probably not far behind it. Obviously, that if you've got rubber which around a door which is exposed to the elements, that might perish quicker than one that's in the boot which isn't exposed to the elements. But it could just be that the plasticizers within the silicone rubber or whatever are evaporating away, and they're all shrinking, and they're all not quite as good as they were when they were factory. So let me illustrate one problem. One car we had recently, we had one with a leak in the boot, and there was a lot of water and it was coming in everywhere, and the car was extremely wet, and you also had the condensation. That water was causing condensation, so it was all the metal surfaces in the boot were wet or damp, and there was dripping. And we found the problem that was causing this main water leak, and we fixed it and gave the car back to the customer. Having further tested it, we tested it all again, put it under our rain arch and poured water on it and make sure water wasn't coming in, and as far as we could tell, it wasn't coming in. So a few weeks later, and it was actually quite a few weeks later, the customer phoned us up again and said, there's water in my boot again, it's still leaking, you haven't fixed it. So we got the car back in and checked our work, and what we fixed right, but he was right, there was water in the boot. This time though, it was dirty water. It was very brown and grubby, which would suggest that it was water coming, it was off the road. And sure enough, when we looked, we found some grommets at the very back of the car, and you could see the stains where dirty water was coming through these grommets. Now, we couldn't have seen that the first time we did this, because there was so much water in the car that it washed away all the evidence, and any dirty water in there was heavily diluted. But now, because it was just a little bit of water coming in, we could see it. But as I say, it was coming up from the road. In order for us to reproduce this leak, we had to stick a hose pipe up underneath the bumper at a certain angle in order to reproduce the leak and make the water come in. But this time we found it, because we could do the detective work, because we could see the evidence of dirty water and stains around the grommets where dirty water was coming in. There's no way we could have caught that the first time around, and that is just the nature of the business, unfortunately. Sometimes you have to fix one leak, dry the entire car out in order to find another leak, because we just can't be, every single car that comes in, we spend, our check takes about 3 hours to do. We could spend 20 hours poking hose pipes up behind bumpers and inside panels and everything, but then we'd have to charge you a lot more money for the inspection because it's taking us a lot longer. So unfortunately, this is just the nature of the business. We think 9 out of 10 cars, when they come to us, we do the inspection, we find the leak, we fix it, they go away, and it's all good, and we never see them again. And they're happy customers. But 1 in 10, they'll come back to us and say, "Oh, there's still water in my car." And some of those customers, unfortunately, get angry and they say, "Well, we paid you to fix the leak. Why haven't you fixed the leak?" You just wouldn't believe how many holes there are in a car where water could come through. And unfortunately, that's just the nature of the business. However, if you do find you've got another leak and you come back to us, we don't have to go through it all again. We know we've done most of the groundwork. So if customer comes back, generally what we do is we check our work to make sure that, you know, the fixes we fixed are actually fixed. And then we, you know, if the customer's willing to keep going, we will just charge them for the work to find additional leaks, which are usually pretty quick. Some of them are really difficult. Do the repair, replace the grommets, whatever, and then we will dry the car again for free. We might even throw in a few other extras because it's, you know, it's not the end of the world for us. We usually lose money on these jobs if you look at it in terms of direct money, but on the other hand, we're learning something. So if you've got a Volvo C70 come in and it has one of these hidden problems, the next time we get a Volvo C70, well, we know which direction to go, so we can save ourselves. So we tend to think of it as a learning experience. Now, it's not that we don't like to see you, but we don't like customers coming back. You know, it's not good for us to have you standing in our reception looking unhappy, going, "Oh God, I've got to spend more money." And the truth is, we lose money on every single one of these cars that comes back. So we are trying our level best. You know, it's not like we're not trying hard. It's also disappointing for us. We like to do a good job. You know, it makes it harder for our guys to meet their bonuses and stuff when one comes back and we don't know what the problem is. So, you know, it's not like we're not trying. We're trying to get it right first time, and we have monthly meetings trying to, how can we improve this service? How can we, you know, make the customer happy? But better still is, you know, rather than have you come back and us try to make you happy, let's try and get it right the first time. So we are trying our hardest. So, you know, bear with us. We'll try and work with you.